This week is going to be crazy if you're an AI, memory, optics, or just semiconductor investor in general. So, in today's episode, I want to take a closer look at some major earnings that every investor should know and some other things impacting the overall industry. So, let's take a closer look in today's episode. But before we begin, if you're serious about semiconductor and AI investing, I break down major earnings and conferences inside my community. Institutional quality research built for retail investors. Get 33% off at whatthechiphappened.com. All right, so first let's begin right now. Stock futures do slip after US and Iran exchanged airstrikes again, and I do believe this is going to continue to create volatility in the overall market. Now, as a long-term investor in the AI industry, obviously these are things to kind of monitor, but I don't think it changes at all any of my long-term thesis, right? I do believe AI is going to continue to innovate. I believe there's going to be various shortages in the semiconductor industry. And while this creates volatility, I don't think it changes the end goal of my investments. Now, this week, we do have a nice amount of earnings, right? And I believe these earnings will give a lot of great indication of how the market of where the market is heading. It's also going to give us update in the overall AI industry. On Tuesday, after the market closes, we have Air Test Systems. On Wednesday, before the market opens, we have ASML, and on Thursday we do have Taiwan Semiconductor. After the market closes, I don't think that's necessarily true, but I have to confirm on the date there, on the time there. Regardless, these three are all part of the semiconductor manufacturing chain, all different aspects. Air Test System is more kind of the testing after the chip is manufactured. TSM is the manufacturer of all these chips, and ASML is kind of the equipment used when kind of to manufacture these advanced AI chips and so much. And all these companies have such a unique role in the semiconductor industry that commentary could share a lot of great insight about the memory space, about the logic space, about the data center space, and the list goes on and on. Now, let's start off with Air Test System, right? Air Test System is the smaller player here. It's a company with a market cap of $2.2 billion. We've been talking about this company since it was in the low teens, right? 13s, I believe, 11s. Year to date, the stock is up amazing, 227%. But from its overall peak, the stock is down roughly 37%. Now, one thing for Air Test System, for those that are not familiar, it does create a form of stress test equipment, right? So once a chip is made or once a wafer is made, it's kind of done a stress test to it. And these stress tests are very important right now in this overall shortage, right? Because you want yields to be better, and with chips becoming more advanced and kind of things like advanced packaging, making it more complicated, you don't want to know that this chip failed later on through the manufacturing process when you wasted time, when you wasted equipment, when you wasted materials. So what you want to do is make sure that these chips are working from the get-go. And a lot of these kind of stress tests help with that. Air Test Systems, one of the big things that we will be looking for is effective backlog and bookings. Effective backlog in the most recent quarter jumped to roughly $51 million, and bookings that quarter alone was $37.2 million. Now, ever since their last earnings, they did give us a few updates. One of the biggest updates that they mentioned is first during the earnings, which they reported on April 7th, that bookings were going to be about 60 to 80 million on the high end. But ever since then, we had received a lot of new orders. For example, it receives record 41 million production order for lead hyperscale AI customer, and they expect bookings to actually exceed $92 million. Then on June 17th, they received follow-on orders for major silicon photonics customer, and on July 9th, they mentioned that they follow on production order for a lead silicon photonics customer for, again, fully automated wafer level burning. So it is going to be great to hear both the photonic space, and they have mentioned that the memory space might start to become a potential customer for them. There's a lot of opportunity here, but again, the commentary in those industries, because they now are doing these stress tests for AI accelerators. Obviously, we see silicon photonics, and probably we are going to hear more about the memory space. So any form of clarity there would be very, very crucial for any type of memory investor, of AI investor, or optics investor. Now, if you do enjoy the semiconductor industry and you want deep dives on earnings, if you want deep dives on conferences, if you want AI apps made to kind of keep this market in check, if you want courses to help you understand the space, check out whatthechiphappened.com. This is my personal community. I am working on this on a daily basis. Now, the second company that I think is going to be a major impact is ASML. So ASML right now is doing amazing, right? The equipment market is doing extremely well because all these companies that are in the manufacturing phase, from companies like TSMC to companies like Micron and the memory market, are increasing their capital expenditure because the shortage in chips is insane and they can't keep up with demand. So they're buying more and more equipment to increase their overall supply lines. The stock is up 54%, which is really great from its overall 50 years to date high. The stock is down roughly 10%, nothing too crazy. Now, ASML is trading at a very expensive forward PE ratio compared to historical numbers. Right now, sitting at roughly 46, where almost in the past decade, the median was around 32. So it is a little bit stressed. Personally, I'm not a purchaser of ASML at these levels, but there are a lot of bullish tailwinds ahead. Now, total revenues, we can see not much growth right now, but the commentary is going to be important for all types of investors here. So in the logic business, in the most recent quarter, they mentioned that customers are adding capacity across multiple advanced nodes to support demand. Any more kind of confirmation in this would be crucial. And usually you don't get any changes versus a quarter ago. But the market right now is so fixated, and any small changes in commentary from management could create a volatility price action, either being bullish or bearish. So if we get another confirmation, especially right now in the AI space, you have fears of overcapacity, of overbuilding, of bearish issues. So the market does expect quarter to quarter changes, right? So I think the market, while it might sell off on something stupid, understanding what the reason is can really indicate if it is a buying opportunity or not. We continue to hear that they are expected to be supply limitation across advanced nodes beyond 2026. Any clarity again on this? Does the timeline shift? Do they give us more clarity on maybe 2027 for both memory and logic? And this is what I believe is important. For ASML, one thing that they mentioned is DRAM and logic customers continue to further adopt EUV and immersion deep UV, immersion deep DUV as well on new process nodes, which further increases their demand for lithography. So memory players, again, increasing their capital expenditure. If we hear more clarity from TSMC, again, this could be very beneficial for ASML. And ASML being such an important player in the kind of manufacturing process, any commentary for them can obviously create a nice buy-off or unfortunately a sell-off in the overall industry. Now, they did give us a strong guidance, and they mentioned that revenue continues to grow. Any update in here, again, could give us more bullish indications of the overall industry. Now, the one that really gets me the most excited is going to be TSM. TSM is the massive manufacturer player of AI chips. And the reason I enjoy TSM is because management says it how it is, right? I've been following the semiconductor industry for, I want to say it's almost close to a decade now. And management here has always said how it is, and they don't sugarcoat it. If it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad. Year to date, the stock is doing pretty well, up 35%, right? That's still a really strong year. The stock is down roughly 9%, very similar to ASML. Now, forward PE ratio, I don't think it's actually that crazy, right? Typically, I'm not a fan of TSM, but right now with the current market conditions, with the potential of them increasing certain pricing, not something crazy like Micron, but even an increase in pricing can help improve margins and help that forward PE ratio be a lot stronger. Right now, sitting at 22, where the median is roughly 18.21. Obviously, you continue to see total revenues in the last 12 months continue to grow. And this is one of the things I'm going to be really looking into. So obviously high performance computing is one of the biggest driving forces. Are we seeing anything in the smartphone business, right? We continue to hear that memory prices are impacting the consumer tech. For the past two quarters in this channel, I have mentioned that consumer tech is probably not going to be the best play for 2026 and potentially for 2027 due to memory prices. Now, if we get any kind of movement here in the smartphone business, I think it could give us an indication of how that's progressing. Also curious about Internet of Things, right? Automotive market, just seeing how those are moving throughout through historical quarters. Now, high performance computing is the big player, and any clarity on that as well. right? Because in the past few quarters, they've mentioned that they have strong conviction with AI mega trend. Even though they won't, I doubt that they will change their stance in a quarter. The market is always going to be listening, right? Because the market, in my opinion, forgets after 3 months seems to be forever for this for the market, and the market believes everything is going to change in 3 months. So just another clarity here. How has conviction changed, if any? They mentioned capex for the next few years is going to be significantly higher than the past 3 years. If we get more clarity on this, it could be extremely bullish for semiconductor equipment players like Air Test Technologies, like ASML. Any calmness here could definitely create a bit of pullback in the equipment space. The other thing we heard is that they maintain strong confidence for the full year revenue in 2026 to grow by above 30% in the US dollars terms. If we get another updated number here, is it closer to 35? Is it closer to 40? This could create a very bullish sentiment for the semiconductor industry, because it means that we're going to sell more AI chips. We're going to sell more to data centers. And again, it would be extremely bullish for companies like AMD, like Broadcom, like Marvell, like Nvidia, of course, and the list goes on and on. So any updates on that 30%? Finally, on the last quarter, we heard from TSMC that they were going to increase their manufacturing capacity of 3 nanometers. And historically, they do not add additional capacity to node once it reached the target capacity. This was a very unique shift for them, something that they don't do often. Is there going to be another unique change happening in the industry this quarter? And if it does, I believe this AI cycle, and I really believe this AI cycle is extremely early in the AI industry. But if we continue to get evidence from the chairman and CEO of TSMC, I believe it's going to be a great day or a great week for the semiconductor industry. So in my opinion, TSM is going to have the biggest say of everything. If they increase capex, you're going to see semiconductor equipment players jump. If you hear about kind of growth stories going a lot higher, then you expect the demand and the sales of AI chip companies is going to be a lot higher as well. So TSM has the ultimate power. And if you are an AI chip investor via memory, via optics, via whatever, they're going to provide commentary that is definitely going to impact your overall portfolio. So again, if you want to get more information about the semiconductor industry, check out whatthechip.happened.com. Take care, have a good day, and see you all next time.